afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane. We're off here to the exciting 1 vs 1 on the road to Kharkov here between Captain Price here fighting for the Wehrmacht for the Reich, for the Kampfgruppe Werner, going up here versus Paul fighting here for the United States of America here fighting for the 3rd Armored Division. We've got Lightning War, Close Air Support and Jägerarmer versus Infantry, Airborne and Rifle Company. Bullets here are 2 for Sniper, 1 Infantry, a bit of Infantry, in fact 2 bonus veterancy there, and experience bonuses there, and then a ambulance bulletins here for Paul. Right now on the way we got a very early Sniper here for Price here, very early Sniper, thus opting in part of course to sacrifice capturing power, but then hoping it sort of balances off with doing a lot of damage with the Sniper, thus early on bleeding Paul away with his Scharfschütze, which was something the Germans did use, snipers compared to the Americans, who never really had a system of snipers. They had marksmen, but they never really had snipers. And there's certainly a bit of a difference there in what those 2 roles actually fulfilled. So, little fun fact. But we've got gunners following up here regularly here for Price. Important there going down. We've got Riflemen moving ahead here. Quiet, we got some a little further back, but basically what he's doing here is basically preparing forward positions and already expecting, preparing what he's expecting probably something to happen, which is right around here, which is certainly on Kharkov, in particular North Kharkov, very much vital. So in this regard he's basically making it much harder for Paul, for example, to make a push here, but even then sort of maintain a pressure point around here, basically doing as much cover as possible. So very nice thing here, and certainly one way to sort of deal with the problem that is very much North Kharkov, and certainly impressive to see. Of course, the question is, will it actually work out for Price here, or will it all be for naught? We've got more attempts here, but over here, Rifleman with M1 Garanta firing away. Heinz, Schurken, Fritz and Wilhelm fall back there while the Sniper creeps up, and there you go, pops Bobby's brains like a mango. Anyways, Bob they joined in, also taken out here by the Sniper, and overall we of course hear that rapidly Paul is forced to fall back. He can't just easy rush in. You got the Sniper's cover, and of course got barbed wire, which also makes it a bit difficult as well. Going here for the fuel point, we got the 2nd Grenadier unit here arriving for Price. Rifleman holding up there, Rifleman moving up there, and some re-echelon sneaking up all the way here. So far, already we're seeing here that Paul has grabbed most of the territory, but that does initially seem to be part here of Price's plans. Again, he's not sort of opting for a lot of large territorial grabs. He's just sort of trying to do his most to sort of overcome that very much disadvantage he's fighting North Kharkov as the Wehrmacht, and trying to limit here the amount of damage that Paul can inflict on him in terms of economy. And basically doing his best to prepare. We're really seeing here this area is getting turned into something quite else. Something that actually looks like a front line. So nicely done here, nicely done. Certainly potentially recommendable, of course, depending on how this match goes for any Wehrmacht player. Generally, any players who find themselves in North Kharkov, if this works out, overall might not be a bad idea. While this, of course, question is, will he be able to get away with it? To a certain extent, it seems like Paul is letting Price get away with it, partly. In part, I imagine the Sniper. We've got a 3rd Grenadier Squad there. We got a choice of Rifle Company for Paul. We got an early fuel cache here, and we got a Lieutenant arriving as well here to lead the frontline effort. Just moving up, we've got 2 rifle squads here held up behind some boxes and a cart. Sniper moving up. We've got a teller mine here, it would seem. Predicting this is probably where it's going to see a direct move from an enemy vehicle, so not a bad spot. In which case, of course, if it does move into it, it'll likely end up wrecked. Sniper crewing forwards, looks like over here. Paul was protecting, a Sniper response is pulling back. Price having sweep with the Sniper, pulls it back and moves ahead. Grenadiers instead moving the Sniper more towards what one could describe as reserve position, which is basically a position not at the front line, but which basically can sort of move to wherever is needed at the front lines, which is actually something a lot of players tend to forget on the defense. So they just sort of have a tendency of placing everything at the front and then leaving no reserve to sort of really deal with wherever the actual push might come, or something that, for example, hey, there's a path to flank my opponent's attack, maybe I should do that instead. So of course there's a little thing there to not committing everything you have right away. We got the A half-track there on the way for Paul. Adding in some more serious firepower there. We got a quick light mechanized company. Not that heavy a tier 1 there. Certainly Price might be making a more simple decision. We got a bunker following up here. Of course, question is what we're getting from here. Pack 40, Panzer Grenadier, Scout Cut, or a half track. Certainly all our options. Again, we're seeing, yep, Price though is being passive. Maybe a bit too passive for my liking, but at the same time we are noting here, so is Paul. Neither player sort of really making a move at the moment. They're both sort of trying to figure out. It looks like, there we go. Moving up here at the same time, we got Price sort of trying to sort of bleed away here, maybe push up a path to the west, but now very large push going into the east. It looks like Paul has had enough of this waiting about business. And there you go, Lieutenant, Rifleman, Rearslons, everything pouring in. The Grenadiers wouldn't have much chance here to hold them back. At the same time, moving up here, Sniper likely moving in. Grenadiers might also be forced to shift over there. I mean, the Sniper here in the zone, and these Grenadiers certainly won't be able to hold off much longer. But there you go, shots fired. Got a few kills there, but overall won't stop Paul's advance here. We got the A half-track there ready. We got an ambulance on the way, and nothing further here. We just got the medic bunker there for Price. So that's hardly a surprise. We got snipers moving ahead, moving in a bit riskily here with the sniper. Looks like we actually see here the forces are falling back, and an interesting maneuver there by Paul. He can pull back both of them, and there you go. Telemine hit, destroying the engine completely. Now that's a heavy bit of luck there for Paul that he does not result in a direct wipe there, but at the same time, though, we might of course here rather than basically used to sort of finish it off. And there we go. Anti-aircraft half-check will not be recovered. So in this case, Price did have to expend a bit more munitions than you'd otherwise expect in dealing with this, but ultimately he still knocked it out. But ultimately, we also noted, despite all what he did, there are certainly some flaws in his defensive plan, which again, rather, you know, point out a direct head-on assault with something like that could rather throw it all apart. I mean, I think a part of me would say, you know, an MG42 extra would have been good, or maybe a machine gun bunker somewhere, but there you go. Still, he hasn't been thrown completely off the map, and it's not going to be easy for Paul here to actually maintain up him, because again, there's still not going to be a lot of cover for him to hold on to, and what there is going to be, of course, well, to some extent, of course, more predictably, rather grenaded. Got to push up here. Moving ahead pretty aggressively with this ambulance, actually using the medics to capture territory, and that's a bold play there by Paul. Bold play, and we got airborne, but close air support here chosen by Price. We all got some resources being traded in there, like going for some light machine guns then, I imagine. What a lot of players tend to do when they go for this kind of play. And there you go, Rifleman, Pioneers crossing out the Rifleman again. Note, it's very much difficult for Paul to sort of hold this one. Might again have been part of Price's plan again, realising, you know, no matter what, it's going to be hard to hold this. At least what he can do is make it harder for his opponent as well to hold it. He's now losing the fuel point near the vehicle crew doing his best. We've got another anti-aircraft shaft on the way, and there we go. A moment of laxity brings a lifetime of a dead sniper there as the lieutenant full rifle push there going in. There's nothing here that Price can do. And now he is getting an MG42. Of course, question is maybe an MG42 would have been a better choice overall than a sniper, but that is that, and certainly it's too late now to sort of discuss it for Price. Just merely for consideration for any other plan. There you go. He's still using the medic in the ambulance sort of move ahead to secure territory. This isn't what I imagined when I signed up to be a medic. God damn it. Why did they give me a pistol? Let's counter-attack. They got a pack 40. Getting into the ambulance. Oh, no. Not what the sort of scenario you usually expect to happen in an ambulance shot down close to the enemy's space by pack 40, but again we saw here Paul with a rather bold tactic, and I think in this case he took it too far. I mean, it's not per se, you know, all bad, but he, as you might have noticed, involves some severe risks, and in this case, well, it did result in the loss of an ambulance. I mean, it's not going to be the heaviest loss here for Paul, but it's certainly going to hurt nonetheless. But pushing it, they've got an MG42 up, and we've got several light machine guns there handed out as well. Vehicle crew, they're marching forwards, they could be, oh, straight to the MG42! A half-track, moving ahead here. Firing at Grenadiers alike, tearing them apart with his 37mm gun, and of course the dual 50 caliber machine guns attached as well. Vehicle crew forced away, guns moving ahead there. The wreckage of the previous A half-track shattered. Pack 40 not responding to this. Looks like he suddenly is. MD42 can help deal a bit here with the rear armor. Considering he has a smaller chance that, of course, if he decides to get off enough damage, he can actually get to veterans one, in which case he can pop incendiary rounds. It's risky, though. It's risky. But one could potentially see it working, though it does require that Paul doesn't fully pay attention. You got further guns there, right? Probably to replace the ones lost here. Pack 40 finally moving back here. Paul still maintaining some rather nasty map control here, though it's not, of course, all beer and skittles for him. He is taking losses, he is taking damage, certainly losing one anti-aircraft half-track is certainly not that good. Plus, losing an ambulance certainly isn't helpful either. Still, Paul is maintaining some very good map control here, and good pressure, though he is expending lives in the process. No tech up so far, nothing further here really from the light mechanized company. Flamethrowers been equipped here, bunker going up. A machine gun bunker or a command bunker here. Rather than tanking down the Pack 4 at the same time, there we go. Ignoring the Grenadiers, who was really attempting to basically wipe it out, so his A half to come up further. Nice idea, and there we go, we got a white phosphorus barrage crawled in from the skies above. Hitting the Grenadiers, staying down the bunker, but they keep on doing it even as the toxic fumes melt away their lungs and other bits. Of course, that'll all be sorted out by a quick trip to the medic bunker. Somehow. But there we go, we got a command bunker up here, so basically Price is doubling down here, basically doing his best to sort of hold on to this point, ensuring he can't be forced away here, and certainly a command bunker will help with that, and certainly make any assault here much more difficult for Price. I mean Paul, not Price.
The command bunker is now finished and reinforcements can be powered.
Because now he can reinforce right here at this point. And note, of course, the command bunker does possess a decent reinforcement range, so that's also quite helpful there. Rather than they're forced away, and of course in this case he doesn't have to retreat, he can just hang about there and reinforce and then move ahead rapidly. A half-track, they need to be careful moving ahead here again though. Still territory not look good here for Price. Another white phosphorus barrage unleashed. Plenty of wily peak there. In this case, no one's really hurt. A half to there. Oh, Pack crew taking losses. Shot went through there though. Shot went through. Down to less than half health. Paul pushing forwards again. And he got Ripeman flanking up there with a flamethrower. Viciously done there by Paul versus Price. But on the other hand, he might just have pushed his luck a bit too far. No, looks like they got away there. If he had a grenade there, though, he would have been able to probably do the job. But sadly, he does not have upgraded grenades here. Which did allow Price here to sort of hold out and not get completely wiped. Rather near forced away by the MD42, and it is moving ahead. Need to pull just a bit back here to reinforce by the command bunker. Big crew moving ahead. Pioneers here getting shredded by the A half-track, getting veterans one after he has made 10 crowd kills. 4 Grenadiers out now for Price, still no tack up. In fact, looks like he might trade off more fuel for munitions. Pack moving in here. And there we go. Reinforced here by the command bunker. If there was room for it, he probably could have placed it right about here, which would have allowed it a bit further forwards. But just a little comment there. We got another ambulance on the way there for Paul. After he was promised high command, he would not get a kill like that again.
Pioneers awaiting orders.
So a bit of quiet here. Price moving forward, still under heavy pressure, but still he's maintaining a good bleed there, which is allowing him to completely overwhelmed there by Paul, who seems to be now setting up for a bunch of easy 8s. He's also holding on to one victory point. In fact, things not looking too splendid there. Pioneers are stopped by the A half-track again. The second one certainly is doing Paul a lot more good than the first one, which basically just blew up. Rifleman Lieutenant bring up the left flank. We got a second MG40 on the Price. That should probably help him as well, sort of containing all these assaults that Paul are launching at him. Pack 40 moving in. We got lots of rifles moving ahead there with flamethrowers aplenty. No upgrades for them otherwise. No BARs, bazookas, or grenades. Right, here we see the Pack 40 moving ahead in this case, getting caught here by an infantry assault and then caught by the air half-track. A distressing blow there to Captain Price, which will in fact end up with the Pack 40 there becoming American. And also, of course, forcing Price into have to get another Pack 40 meanwhile, most likely. But it is falling back. MD42 here setting up. Some lieutenant might have to switch. Oh yeah, another white phosphorus barrage. Another white phosphorus barrage. Paul's got a ton of munitions. He's not afraid of using it. And then we got another rifle assault pushing in from there. Another MD42 setting up there to help there. Interesting enough, he never sort of tried to push in from here, in which case he would probably sort of flank in further. But there you go. Rather than caught by the MD42s. Lots of light machine guns as well here. Not sure why I ran in front of them here, but again, it's part of the old squad because no cover here whatsoever. Unit actually wiped out there, so that's a bit more of a decisive victory there, or at least decisive blow for Price and Wehrmacht. Pack 40 number 2 on the way. And again, they usually have the command bunker at the front line to again ensure he doesn't have to run all the way back and forth. Again, ensuring he can much quicker get back to just seizing territory and pushing forwards. This is overall one of the advantages and one of the primary reasons we should consider getting command bunkers more in your own matches as the Wehrmacht. Troops moving ahead there. We got a major out now. Looks like he might decide he just couldn't wait any more for the EC, and of course then he can get it. Now he just needs some manpower. Still no sign of a take up there from Price. A bit worrying. He was considering what Paul could throw at him. Pack 40 still on the Airbus rifle. We got the A half there firing away manically. Of course, he could have used the Butte. Could have used the Pack 40. Of course, felt they might have been dealt with. Oh, setting up the E42 with incendiary arms runs right off. Oh, except once Dieter there gets about to loading it in. And there you go, just tank through the light armor. Looks like he's not paying attention, and there we go, gaining veterancy free in the process. Gaining veterancy free in the process, so an incendiary armor piercing around some vehicles is a very swift way to veterancy up any MD42 you got, by the way, though of course it does require a bit of timing and such, but in this case, because Paul wasn't paying attention, that meant a veterancy free MD42 there, which increases lethality, which is definitely going to pay off for Price. But it is in a pretty bad position on health, and numerous riflemen bearing in. Oh, yeah, much of the unit lost, and if he's really unlucky, he'll hand over the MD42 to Paul. Still no tack up. Rifles dig about there, could spread them out a bit further, and a part of me would say, you know, consider launching an assault from here instead, where there's more cover and where clearly Price is not prepared. I mean, this is actually a huge blind spot in most Wehrmacht players' mind here on Kharkov. It's just so few players that actually take advantage of it, so little detail there. Veterancy 2. And tactic time here for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is Price is still contained, but he's actually beginning to strike back. He's beginning to bleed out, and he's doing some more damage, and still he has done quite a bit of damage. We're seeing 1 ambulance, 2 AA half-tracks. He's got some veterancy 3 MD42s, which is definitely going to be helpful there in the longer fight, plus several grenadiers. But right now, Price should consider actually taking up, going for something heavy, because Paul will be hitting him with something heavier very soon. He's finally getting grenades and BARs as well. Took him some time there, I would say. In particular, good executed flank, I think, from here early on with the grenade could have done a lot to basically wipe out Price, but there you go. For Paul, you know, some armor would be good. A Scott early on maybe, but otherwise follow up with some EC8s to sort of, well, break Price in. Again, a good flank here could do a lot of good in that regard, but otherwise Price primary approach should either be, you know, getting Panzer IVs, maybe be a bit bold and play for a Panther, in which case a fuel catch would be a good idea. Otherwise, continue sort of pressing forwards and also doing his best sort of gain some victory points here. And so far, we also note that Price also seems to sort of decide where he sort of wants to hold, which is also good. He's got a sort of defensive strategy in mind. Of course, it's also the case. Vehicle running straight to the MD42 and the Grenadiers with the light machine gun. Veterans for the MD42, not quite set up, and we got another white phosphorus barrage. We got riflemen aplenty again. Bit of a burn blob, if you will. But of course, ending up here with the MD42s and the command bunker, ensuring his MD40 can begin firing. Riflemen in a very bad position. getting murdered, getting cut down, sawed apart here. The MD42 crew is somehow holding on, probably partly because they've been, well, roasted, stacked, the MG. I wish I could let go of the MG, but the white phosphorus has burnt my hands together. It's a machine gewehr. It really hurts. Pack 40 there, decrewed. Looks like Paul in this case left it a bit too on its own. Medic kits right now would be an idea, or pulling back here to the bunker for some healing. I mean, those MT42s are going to fall quicker than you can sneeze. In particular, this one is in a terrible condition. The Veteran 3 MT42 is not exactly doing much better. There you go, pack resecured, Grenadiers moving ahead. Bartman moving in to try and hunt down. Snuffy doesn't seem to be using any BARs, or has he equipped some maybe? No, not at all. Maybe it was a misclick though, but he does have access to grenades, which of course also opens up for smoke grenades to help deal with the MD42s. Get close and then pop off a proper grenade, which certainly will help with this area, which otherwise offers no cover whatsoever. Paul in this case, no smoke grenade though. Instead he's stopped by the might of the MD42s here. Command bunker, we got a second medic bunker. Of course, there's a bit of a combination we also see with some players setting a forward medic bunker. Some players have actually used it in conjunction with a forward half track. Certainly also works, so there's also one way of doing things there by Captain Price. Though I will say it's rare to see two medic bunkers from the same player on a map. Still very much a Schwerpunkt established. And again, to a certain extent, it is helped by the fact that Paul seems to mostly push through, and again, he's not really keen on flanking here or there, despite that would probably offer up some good opportunities, in particular in conjunction with grenades. We've got a Scot there on the way, though. Price finally taking up 20 minutes into the match. Oh, there we go, handing up BARs there to the rifleman. Pushing up here, MD42 carrying that push. Seems like he's more confident now with all the grenadiers and MD42 and the medic and command bunker there. Good, good. Gute Arbeit, Leute. More Scots on the way there, though interesting enough, he's not going for the ECH. I mean, he's got the resources. There you go. Lieutenant holding up here, quick rough grenade. Interesting enough, he did not try to pop a grenade there on the grenadiers. In fact, might be too late now. In fact, it is. Vehicle crew there rushed off. Scott arriving here. Scott cancels the R1 and then summons in an EC8. Just a small armoured column here arriving to support the assault on the Krauts. And it is falling back here towards the MD42. And there you go. Nice job here. Popping, sending the armor piercing rounds in anticipation, hoping to sort of do the most damage in just a little amount of time. Not bad, not bad. In this case, though, Paul had not just completely gone full in, which otherwise could result in heavier losses. But again, there does seem to be reluctance there from him to actually use smoke wrap grenades. Oh, good shot there from the Scot. Killing Jürgen and leaving the rest of the men not too good. Close there with him. Now they've got two pack 40s up here in the meanwhile for Price. He's going for the fourth tier. He's going for Panthers. EC8 moving ahead there. So named because of its improved suspension, which made for an easier ride. Scott and EC8 bombarding him, he's taking losses. Needs to be careful. And there we go. Pack 40's firing. Scott needs to get away. Pulling back behind the building. Rather moving ahead there with flamethrowers and BARs now. Scott firing. Close again with Grenadiers falling back here. We've got to make a push here. But at the same time, with the pack 40s up, we can't really commit anything. And that, of course, still forgets the MD42. Get a grenade on it, Paul. Get a grenade. No. Blow up flank there. Pulls off. And he gets to the MD42. Bad news there for Price, but at the same time, no. Still helps him keep the rest of the map. He's got under his control already. MD42 deceased for the glory of Uncle Sam. Falling back here to the forward post there a bit. Getting more pioneers. EC8 there, crew taking the point. A bit risky there though, bit risky. There we go. We see here Price immediately punishing such play.
The enemy has broken our supply lines.
That was bloody lucky.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Bloody lucky there by Paul. He did not lose that EC8 there. But there you go, there you go. Nice flank here by Price, getting behind the MD42 with his Pioneers and Grenadier. Troops running about there and here. And we got the heavy Panzer Corps going up for price.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
The Crew's moving straight into the MD-42s there, stopped by that. Well suitably in its tracks. Another blob here by Paul. We really need to spread that up just a bit even. Because if Price then decides to say, for example, get a Sturmpanzer, I mean that blob's going to get annihilated. Even a Panther's going to have not that much trouble with it. Though I suspect a Panther is going to sort of deal with these hits and other stuff there. Scott firing away there, wrecking barrels, but not much else at the moment. And there you go, finally got a flank going in here. Will he pop grenades though? We got an airstrike going in. And this is just complete madness. I mean, he actually set up a white phosphorus barrage on his own retreat path. That's just begging to have your men killed. Nice call in there by the Luftwaffe though for Price, and there will obviously a flank here going wrong. The white phosphorus certainly helped, and of course the question was, why didn't he just pop some grenades when he could have? Had he done that, probably just some regular smoke grenades, this probably went as badly as it would have. He also got the Scott there. I mean, that was just a huge turnaround there for Price. He just absolutely devastated Paul's forces. And overall, I mean, of course, thanks to the bunkers, he doesn't even have to retreat. He just needs to stand about a bit, and his force is ready to move forwards again. So, I mean, really, that does show the power of a Wehrmacht bunker, which seems to have been forgotten. Yes. A bit, I feel. So there you go. I mean, again, not a bad idea, but overall, the execution again, blobby. Failed to use the ability he had, and then calling a white phosphorus barrage in what's clearly going to be the retreat path. Rather resulting in a disaster there. That was rather unfortunate there. Rather unfortunate. When he finally got around to doing that flank, you know, he...
Points are down to 300.
Well, rather got hoisted by his own petard. He's yet moving in there. We've got Pax responding, got Grenadiers responding. No response from the heavy Panzer Corps as of yet. We got a 50 caliber there on the way. Now Paul seems to be going more on the defensive here to a certain extent, going to hold what he can. Until he manages to rebuild his forces, which is certainly one way, though of course that certainly brings him some fresh dangers. There's a moving ahead, rapidly forced away.
Veteran know-how will help us to better prepare our infantry.
Shots fired there.
We're losing a capture
MP42 holding up in there, got punishment exchange with it.
HMG squad ready for action.
No real support for the Pioneers, though. Meanwhile, the EC8 Heavers and Riflemen are doing what they can. Almost wiping the Grenadier unit there. And the Pioneers were stopped there by Paul's heroic MG crew. We got a 50 cover there moving up to support things further. Ooh, nice flank there on the MG42 by the Pioneers. Can he do enough to stop it? Will it be too late here for Paul? We got the EC8 though, that's pretty much going to win that one. No matter what. In particular with that added 50 caliber on the top of the tank. Rather than moving ahead. Veteran 3 MD4 too late to stop anything here though. There we go, shots fired. Johnson and Tommy there suppressed. Getting into the small shed, perhaps not the wisest it is considering the structural strength there of sheds versus machine gun fire. Or any kind of fire really. There we go, another flank here now. Paul does seem to be flanking more here, it just feels like, you know, a bit too little too late here. And there you go though. Forgot about him, we got Panzer Blast off in the engine block. We might be able to get the command bunker though, which would have helped sooner, but at this point of course, the question is of course how much it's going to help now. Attack 43 to move in though, like the chance it up here, maybe on the retreat path. Price while they can finally call in a Panther or the Sturmpanzer. There you go, Panther is on the way, Panzer Kampfwagen 5% head here to the Kampfgruppe. Dispatched by the Panzer Division Leer.
Gun crew just got wiped out. A capture point is under attack.
Back 40 there, moving ahead. Straight into the MD42. The only thing here could do better is actually now adding some incendiarism now to further damage. I mean, again, it's just a bit like target weak points. A lot of players tend to sort of neglect incendiary-piercing rounds, which again can allow you to do a lot more damage even to infantry. It's not just about, you know, increasing penetration. It overall allows your MD42 to do more damage versus also infantry. There's a little fun fact that to keep in mind. We got a second EC8 here up for Paul to try and help the other one there in some rather deep pool. Got the veterans of the MD4 setting up. That's going here. We got a pack 40 here. Then another pack 40 moving in, but we might see some losses inflicted upon Price. The MD42 they need to get away, in fact. So do the Grenadiers. Will we see a grenade here versus the MD42? Then again, the flamethrower might be able to do the trick here. Then again, the MD42 might be able to do the trick on the MD2 on the rifleman. There you go, pack 40 firing, both firing away there. We got a replacement bunker going up. We got the Panther arriving, charging through walls and bits of other things. There you go, fix the engine damage on the EC8, but there you go, might not be able to get away here with the Panther arriving. With the 75mm high velocity gun. Of course, with another EC8, there might be a slight chance there. Or not. Not if they're not flanking. Panther though managed to miss here, allowing the EC8 to escape. Panther's down to about close to half health. Crew repaying those EC8. I think this one should be pulled a bit further back. That's a bit too close to the front line, particularly with no infantry to screen, and that's spot anyone creeping up on that Sherman tank with anything that might not be good for it further that will continue operations. Another MG42, we got more pioneers there on the way, probably to help repair that. Panther since he's got absolutely 0 pioneers at the moment. Mr. Paul, who actually could be getting another EC8 at the moment.
Rifle squad ready for action.
Vehicle crew not having the best of days, then encountering the Panther's machine guns. Neither the might and the MG42 over there have, if Price there gets his will. Both EC8s are ready for fighting. And we go MG42 kick, swiftly getting cut down by the Panthers MGs. Oh dear, looks like he actually pilfered a 50 caliber there from Mr. Paul. Look, EC8's moving ahead, then it is under fire. Panther not quite there yet. Oh, moving ahead though. Despite being low on health, he's still going to fight those damn Shermans. Those paper panzers. Troops reinforcing near the ambulance. Slight forward position here, though not too far ahead either. Panther receiving most vital repairs. Rifle moving in, Grenadiers moving ahead as well. Paul feeling he's not playing too well today, feeling like he's playing like a dessert, which is certainly not the best way to play. If you're going to play like a dessert, you know, better to play like ice cream. Anyways, Sherm's down to 5 from the pack 40s. Both now veterans who won, no target weak point though. Build crew here getting stopped by the MPs. Nope, he actually ordered to only fire an armour now, which actually pretty much stops the MD from actually firing on infantry as well, which is sort of a bit the weird thing. And does overall limit the Panther's usability. And again, the MDs are really what you need to do with infantry. Veteran 24 job for Paul here. No, still incendiary around, still got the Panther moving ahead. Closing in on another EC8 here for Paul though. Another EC8. At 43 to support here. Rifle gets the MD42 crew. There you go, EC8's might be moving ahead there. None of them hit! My god! Was he just attacking ground here? In fact, I think he is. That was... well, that explains why no one was hitting. He was basically sort of hoping to sort of just fire in advance so they'd move into the shots here. A bold plan, but, you know, could also, you know, convince the opponent to not move ahead if you time it incorrectly. But there you go, easy to get straight into the pack 40s though. No target weak point, still one each Sherman in here taking heavy hits. Eventually 2 Panthers going off on the other Sherman. Both packs were 3-1. We got another Sherman there arriving. EC8 knocked out. And we got an airstrike going in here from the Luftwaffe. Kanonenvogel. GG from Paul. And there we go. Luftwaffe Kanonenvogel finish off the last German. And there we go. Game over here. Game over. A brutal finished armor slot here. But overall, a bit of an interesting fight here. We saw some defensive play from Price early on a map which, you know, is very difficult to play as the Wehrmacht from the north here, but overall generally difficult for any army to play as. We saw him do his best with it. There were certainly some issues here and there. The sniper really didn't work out too well. Maybe an early MG42 I think would have worked better out there for Price. But overall, nicely played. Good use of the early Telemine. Bled out Paul here slowly. Paul, too, I think, but you know, relied initially on sort of blobbing on just attacking here, and it was only later on he saw, you know, slightly switched up his tactics, and even then there was some problems. He never really used the grenades research, so I think that really hurt him a lot. Plus that assault here, I mean, overall, oh, that was just terrible. That was disastrous. I don't even think he'll be doing that again anytime soon. Also nice there with the Panther from Price. But overall, I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gave some ideas for matches. If you did, want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send a replay and some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dating. Cheers, and thank you for watching. Bye.